So we each became a mom. And then some of us became a mom again, and maybe even again. And our days become filled with competing demands, right? Different needs from different kids all at the same moment. Here are my kiddos. My teen, my tween, and my baby. Talk about competing demands. We are so skilled at handling such disparate needs all in the same moment, right? Shifting genre in a snap. And so we get pretty skilled at reacting to the need of the moment. And reactivity, it's like a natural survival mode, right? But being intentional means being responsive. So it's like, wow, there's this dance that we have to do here. So when I'm reacting, I am running on like habits and routines. I'm relying on old patterns. When I'm responsive, I'm being present, in the moment, attuned. And do you know that you literally use a different part of your brain when you're reacting than you do when you're responding? You probably know this. But we're going to dig in here for a second. So everyone do this with me. This is your brain. And deep in the center of our brain is this little almond-shaped part called the amygdala. And our amygdala is the oldest part of our brain. It was fine-tuned during the days of cavemen and saber-toothed tigers. And our amygdala's job is keep this organism alive. So our amygdala tells us, see tiger, run. Feel cold, make fire. Feel hungry, forage, hunt, get food, eat. So our amygdala is all about survival, all about reactivity. And interestingly enough, it's the only part of the brain that's online when a baby's born. Because babies' needs are all mostly survival-based, and their behavior is very instinctive, right? Feel hungry, cry. Feel tired, cry. Feel lonely, need a cuddle, cry. Right? So their amygdala is the only part online when they're born. And the rest of the brain comes online over time as our needs evolve. So we've got like coordination of movement, language skills, relating with others, and then being able to manage our own emotions. And this top front part of the brain is called the prefrontal cortex. And our prefrontal cortex regulates our ability to self-manage my own emotions, which is kind of the opposite of reactivity, to pick up on the emotions of others and feel empathy and compassion, to be able to collaborate well with others on teams or even in our family. So our prefrontal cortex is all about responsiveness. That's where our responsiveness lives. And our amygdala is where our reactivity lives. So as my brain perceives something happening out there in my environment as a threat, the threat today looks a little different than it did in the times of cavemen and saber-toothed tigers, but think about all those competing demands that we face. So when my brain perceives something that feels like threat, my amygdala gets triggered. And depending on the intensity of the trigger, most or all of the rest of my brain goes right offline. And we call that flipping our lid. Flipping your lid. Anyone ever flip their lid? Yeah. So again, threat today looks different than it did back in the days when this mechanism was formed. But it's still the same process at work today. It's still that old fight or flight. Okay, so amygdala triggered, flip the lid, and we react. And some of us react by fight. Yell, nag, criticize, blame, right? Some of us react by flight. Ignore, avoid, pour a glass of wine, eat some chocolate, right? We have our ways of checking out.